Meu nome é Lucelia Rodrigues, eu sou de São Paulo, Brasil, e eu trabalho na Universidade de Nottingham. Talvez você já tenha ouvido falar de Nottingham por causa do Robin Hood, mas eu não vim aqui por causa do Robin Hood, eu vim aqui para estudar arquitetura. E esta é a minha visão da Grã-Bretanha. Of course, as an architect, I'm interested in houses, and traditionally in England that's how they look like. They all look similar, with very thick walls to keep the cold out, and you can't tell much from the outside. That's a little bit the preconception I had of British people, cold and reserved. But actually, people are quite warm. Dave! Oh my God! I was working as an architect back in Brazil, and I was wanting to work with sustainable architecture, and I couldn't find a course that was as good as the one I found here. England was more inviting in many ways. It's a very international country, it's where everyone meets, where all the worlds meet. I arrived towards the end of 2004, found everything so different from what I expected, and never left. It's working.
It's working.
British people and British society is quite traditional in many ways, but it's also a step forward in many other ways. So, for example, for energy efficiency and housing, it's a step ahead of everyone. The government is now trying to push into having all the new houses in Britain should be zero carbon by 2016, and that's just 6 years from now. That's very close, and that's a huge challenge. It's one of the things we're trying to address here. What we're looking at here is the Nottingham House, which is the British entry to the Solar Decathlon competition that is happening in Madrid in June this year. This competition brings 20 universities together, and the main idea is to raise awareness on energy efficiency and sustainable design. The house is not just energy efficient, but it is zero carbon and sustainable. This is the Creative Energy Homes project, where we're building houses and getting people to live in them, and then monitoring them over a period of time, so we can tell if the energy efficiency that we designed for is actually achieved when users are living in here. It allows us to try first, and then to show the world how it works. The next house on this plot is the Nottingham House, and once the competition is finished, and we have won, hopefully, we're going to bring the house back here and sit in that plot just over there. I think the government and the people in Britain are being very brave to try to address the carbon challenge, to try to get into a more sustainable way of life. This is the Environmental Education Centre, it's the design studios. There's always a buzz, there's always a lot happening, and people from all over the world. Britain is very vibrant, it's very multicultural. I never had experienced such a globalized classroom. It was a great surprise, but it was absolutely brilliant. Coming to Britain has obviously changed me professionally, because now my architecture is based in sustainable architecture, but also personally has changed me enormously. It has opened my eyes to a huge world that is out there that now feels a lot smaller, a lot closer, because I can have it all here. I never felt so close to other cultures as I do feel here. And my level of tolerance and acceptance has changed immensely, and I'm a completely different person. Now I cannot tolerate prejudice of any kind to anyone.